Okay, so I have some videos coming out for you. We're going to do the How the Signs Have Sex series, continuing that with Gemini coming next. That's not going to be in this video, but expect to hear about that video sometime soon, maybe tomorrow or Monday. We'll find out. I'll do it when it comes to me. We also have a video, a surprise celebrity reading, because I saw some shit on my timeline and I wanted to talk about it. Okay. This video is actually going to be a more witchy educational video. And, you know, for me, I really wanted to talk about this because I have some clients who do magic, or, you know, they come to me and I tell them what they need to do. But sometimes I feel like, you know, y'all may lack the proper, like y'all may have a little bit of a lack in what y'all do mentally to do magic. And I wanted to just come to you as a witch and share with you some of the things that I've learned in this practice, because a lot of us had to learn on our own through our ancestors, or, you know, some people learned on YouTube, some people learned, you know, saying, like, a lot of people didn't have somebody to mentor them. You know, a lot of people don't have family members that are open about magic and traditional spirituality. A lot of us had to unlearn a lot of stuff. Okay. And so we're having people who are interested in magic, but they don't trust themselves enough. They don't believe in themselves enough. So I wanted to make this video, and I hope you understand. Okay. Let's talk about magic. Okay. Let's talk about a general understanding about what magic actually is. Magic is science. Magic is chemistry. Magic is alchemy mentally. Magic is manipulating energies around you by way of using your intention, which would be your mind and your heart, by using herbs, you know, nature, using elements of nature, whether that's the earth, the air, the fire, the water, you know, whether we're pointing things north, south, east, or west, whatever culminations of tools that it is that you're using, ultimately the end goal is to combine these forces together to create the outcome in your world, in your reality, or for the reality of someone else's, to give you the result that you desire, that you're speaking. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you something. You gotta feel that you're the baddest bitch in this game, that you're the baddest witch. Like, your magic is bomb as fuck. You gotta have a superior confidence in whatever it is that you're doing, especially magic related. You know, you cannot be no timid, you know, second guessing ass witch and think that your magic is gonna hit like that. You gotta be cocky about your shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, you know, that's not to say you've been doing magic for 2 days and you think you know, that bitch, and you trying to go head to head with some people that's seasoned in this shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna tell you to do that shit. You know, that I'm not gonna try to set you up, but I am gonna tell you that you have to have a lot of confidence. And when you see things in your life and in your world that are starting to align with what it is that you intended for it to do, you gotta claim that shit. Okay? If you see your magic out there in the world, your ass better claim that shit. You better be like, oh shit, that's my spell coming alive. I fucking put that money spell out there. Now I'm finding money. Now I won money off a scratch ticket. I got a fucking raise at work. I got a new job promotion. Somebody gave me $10. Somebody bought me some lunch. I got a free package in the mail. They gave me all these discounts and coupons. That's a fucking money spell. Okay? When you do a money spell, especially if it's a general money spell, expect money to come from any and all areas, okay? Expect it. Don't sit up there, no. And we're gonna do some more shit, okay? I'm gonna do some more shit. I'm about to get deeper into this shit, but I'm gonna compartmentalize things because this is gonna be a long video. I may do it in 2 parts. Who knows? All right. You do a love spell. Let's say it's a general love spell. You know what I'm saying? You just want some love. All right. Well, let's say you got some kids and those kids start loving on you more, hugging on you more, asking how you doing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe your kid bring you some flowers that they saw at school and they thought you would like it. Maybe your kid drew something for you or made you something at school and it's for you to put on the refrigerator. Maybe your mom called you and told you that she loves you out of nowhere. Maybe your sister came and surprised you and gave you some love and had a heart to heart with you. You know what I'm saying? Love can come from your friends. Love can come from anybody. Love can come from anything. You know, you could go and do a love spell and, little animals wants to come and be around you, and share love with you. You could do a love spell and see more beauty in yourself, be more confident, love yourself a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Those are all signs that your spell worked. You know what I'm saying? So if you're doing general things and you just say, I want a love spell, or I want money, I want to do a money spell, and you're not putting no specific intention into what you're asking for, then all of these little things that starts to change in your life are evidence that your spell worked, okay? Just look at that. You do a money spell, you find change in the ground, you find $5 blowing in the wind and you happen to pick it up. That's you seeing your money spell come. Okay. And understand this too. The more you work your spells, the more you start to feel confidence in your spells, the faster, the more potent your spells will be. Okay. Another thing is, well, we'll get into that later. But so I just want you to know when you're doing spells, when things start to make change and start to have some traction in the areas of life that you're asking for these things to make changes in, no matter how small, those are evidence that it worked. Okay? Okay, another thing. When you're speaking to your spells, when you're talking to the ingredients that you're putting, your herbs or your oils, or the different elements of nature that you're bringing into your spell, your ritual, and you're talking to these particular spirits of these things that you're using, because everything has an energy behind it and you're asking it to lend its properties to you. So if I were to use bay leaves for a prosperity spell, I'm going to talk to my bay leaf and I'm going to say, bay leaf, I ask that you put your energies for prosperity into my spell, that I'm able to have you soak and simmer and share all of your wealth and all the magic that is in you that can help me with this prosperity spell. You want to know what ingredients you're using and why you're putting them in there. Okay, so you want to do some research. You want to you want to do a prosperity spell? Okay. You want to use cinnamon? All right, we'll go find out why the fuck are you putting cinnamon in your spell. Don't just put cinnamon in your spell because you see it in the spell or because somebody else told you. You go and find out for yourself. You go and you get some books. You go and you learn. You go and you study. You go on YouTube. You go into these magic groups on Facebook and you start asking people about the different properties of herbs, and then you find the shit out for yourself. Because at the end of the day, you want to make sure that the herbs that you're using, that you're asking for it to come and make your spell more potent, more powerful, that particular herb does what you're asking it to do. You don't want to go and get something that is meant for a love spell and use it for um a different type of spell, maybe a revenge spell or a court case spell, and they're not really merging together. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that what you're asking these herbs to do actually aligns with what they are naturally, energetically aligned to do. You're not going to sit up there and change nature. You're going to use nature to help you, but you are not going to change nature. Okay? You also want to make sure that you're speaking positively and you're thinking positively on what it is that you're doing. Okay? So if you're doing a money spell, let me tell you something, all right? One thing you ain't about to be out here doing is fucking speaking negative. Oh, if I get this job, or I hope I get this job, or I wish I had this thing, or I would like to have this thing. No. Say when I get this job. This job is mine. It's just a matter of time before they fucking call me. They ain't gonna call me though. They gonna call me. And that's how you gotta feel. You gotta have that confidence. You gotta understand that that is what you put that intention out there. You want that job. You want that job more than anybody else because you done put some work into that shit. You done put some spiritual work into that shit. So when you go into that interview, you know you already did that spell. You know that shit is in the bag. So you're gonna go in there, you're gonna walk different, you're gonna talk different. Right? You gonna look that person square in the eye and they gonna ask you these questions and you gonna be like, these questions ain't shit. Of course I'm gonna answer these shits, and it's easy because you know what, you need me, right? I'm in here and I'm the best one for the job. I know what I'm doing. Blah 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 blah. And they gonna fucking hire you because one, you had that confidence, you knew you was getting that job, you did the spell work, you knew that you orchestrated the energy to work the way that you wanted it to work, and then bam. You know what I'm saying? Now, yeah, you done did that shit. You done made that shit happen. So go in there and walk like it's yours. You got to start talking like it's yours already. So, I'm going to tell you something. Magic is also like it's mental. It's mostly mental because your intention matters more than the ingredients that you use. Even if you just had a candle, just one candle, you could still do a powerful ass spell with just your intention. Because you, with your intention and your one candle, can be more potent and more powerful than a person that got all these damn ingredients. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what they're doing with them. They don't respect these ingredients. They don't know what they're for. They're just putting it together. That's the difference, okay? Because you can manifest with your mind. If you're really a bad witch, your ass can really be out here manifesting shit and you ain't even have to like nan candle. You could just be out there and you know what I'm saying? Cause I'm gonna tell you, a lot of y'all who are natural witches, y'all manifest shit all the time. Y'all ain't even did no spells. Just cause you wanted it to happen, just cause you willed it to happen, it happened. That's just like, you know what I'm saying? I be sending niggas vibes all day. You know what I'm saying? I'll be thinking about them. I'll have nasty dreams and visuals and I'll send them shits to them. And then they call me and I've been thinking about you all day. And man, I just had to call you for some reason. I feel like I couldn't go to bed until I called you. I felt like I couldn't, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't close my eyes and you just wasn't in my head. Nigga, yeah, of course you did. I'm a witch. I fucking invaded your space, nigga. I came into you. I went to you. I wanted you to think of me. I wanted you to not be able to stop thinking about me. because I wanted you to call me. Now, I wasn't going to tell you to call me. I wanted you to feel like you called me on your own. But hell yeah, I fucking persuaded the fuck out of you to call me. Hell yeah. Without a candle. Because it's your mind, it's your intention. You know what I'm saying? You got to know how to work that shit, girl. What the fuck? You know? Anyway. Another thing I want to tell y'all. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to have negative thoughts because, again, spelling and grammar. We learn this in school. The way that you write something, the way that you spell something, the way that you speak something, all those things can mean something completely different for the end result. Like, for example, there. I want to go there. THERE. Oh, I don't think their mother would like that. THEIR. Look at what they're doing. THEY''RE. Do you see how there's 3 different versions of a word that sounds exactly the same? You're not going to know until you hear the context of the sentence or see it written on paper. You know what I'm saying? 2. I want to go to your house. TO. Oh, I'd like 2 scoops of ice cream, please. TWO. Oh, yeah, I'd like some sprinkles on there too. TOO. Difference in spelling, different result. Okay. Now, a comma, grammar, punctuation, right? The syntax of your sentences, how it's formulated, what you're saying, how you're saying is going to convey a different message. So putting an apostrophe somewhere in a word or putting a comma in a sentence can really change the entire way that is read. So you have to be very specific. You have to know what you're saying and how to say it. And you need to know how to say it properly. You need to know what you're saying and how to say it properly. You need to mean what you say. Your yes needs to mean yes, and your no needs to mean no. Period. If you want your shit to work, you gotta be in control of what you're saying and how you say it. You need to articulate yourself. You need to study. You need to know how to read, and you need to know how to write, and you need to know how to speak. Enunciate your words. Be very powerful and potent with the words that you say because they mean something. Be confident. Sit up. Put your shoulders back. Have your chest out, right? When you're doing this. Because at the end of the day, it is you. This is your universe. This is your will. And you are going to create the energy field around you and around those around you to give you what you're wanting, to give you what you're asking for, to give you what you're demanding. The earth will uncurl itself and sprout out the things that you're asking for it to do because of your will. That is what a witch does, right? Witchcraft. Witch comes from the word Wicca, which means wise. So you have to understand that these people who are witches, these people who are practitioners of the craft, who practice magic, we are people who have the wisdom and the knowledge that other people may not have, which is why we're able to create the realities that we want, and they're dealing with the cards that they were dealt. The only difference is the mentality and the understanding of how things work. I'm gonna tell you something. Think about all these rich people. Look at these books that they write, these self-help books. Look at all these motivational speakers. Look at all these people who make money telling you how to speak, how to think, how to write, how to be, how to organize your life, how to live the life you want to get what you want, how to make a lot of money. All they're doing is teaching you the law of attraction. That's all they're doing. All they're doing is telling you to change your mind because at the end of the day, they've learned that the mind is the most powerful part of the human experience. The mind. The fact that we have such a vast and deep subconscious mind is what separates us from other animals. That's why we're able to consider ourselves intelligent life form. Mind you, people talk about how we only access up to 10% of our minds. I strongly believe that that is because they're only talking about the fact that we have a limited perspective of consciousness and we have a vast majority of subconscious energy. And therefore, people don't necessarily tap into the subconscious or merge that with the conscious, which is why we wind up having a lot of people who don't know about a lot of things. We have a lot of people who don't access their full potential because they never verge into the abyss, into the depths of the subconscious minds. Okay? That's just like subconscious mind to me is a symbolism of the deep depths of the ocean, right? Deep depths of the ocean where the pressure changes, where different forms of life happens, where we're no longer having photosynthesis, which is where Yemaya rose, but we're in the land of Olokun, where the subconscious mind is, where the Leviathans are, where we are at the part where we're seeing darkness, and the fish and the life forms down there are have to grow light for themselves, where they're primarily hunters down there, right? Where we're seeing chemosynthesis take place instead of photosynthesis, where the secrets of the world is kept, where things go down the bury and die, like where lost treasures and lost civilizations are down there, but they're never lost. They're just not able to be discovered again because people don't go all the way down that way. People don't go into their mind and realize that we have all the answers. We just got to travel into ourselves and find that shit out. That's a different realm of reality being in your subconscious mind. So when you can merge those two energies together, you really realize that you are a powerful ass being. And a lot of people who have done that have found a way to be exalted in this world because the knowledge that they share with us came from introspection, came from meditation, came from their ancestors, came from their connection to source. And then they were able to share that with others. Okay. So the way that you have to realize is that your mind is one of them, if not the most important part of your magic. And you have to control your mind. And you have to be in charge of how you think